Good morning, everyone. Shay's Creations here, and I have something to show you that I found this morning. It is almost 7 a.m., and I'm trying to read my Bible, but I need help with something. But this morning, when I was in my closet, I found my shirt. This is the first shirt that I designed on my own through print on demand, and ordered my shirt. But I don't know where I designed it. I believe I used Printify, but I do know I want to design another shirt with Shay's Creations on it, and I want to sell it. I want to market it, like Nike does and all that other stuff, because I just need to see my name or something. But anyway, I woke up this morning, and when I put my feet on the floor, I knew I had to jump into the shower because that is the structure I'm building for myself to help me with my depression. So as I was standing in the shower, I just started praying and started singing. I can't sing, and I had to let the Lord know I can't sing, but I'm singing anyway. So I started singing, and all I kept on singing was Amen over and over. Then I started praying and everything. But I realized every single day that I am here to help. I just don't know exactly how I'm here to help, but I'm here to help. So I am going to continue. I am on a journey today that I will not speak about on my channel because it could hurt me in some kind of way. And I don't believe that it should hurt me because my heart cannot help what my heart does because my heart is on kindness. But as I put on a religious video this morning, which is paused on my TV, it said that the people that I am not supposed to help are those who have a lying spirit. And basically, it says Proverbs 12:22, lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but that they deal truly. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Proverbs 22:22. So I opened up my Bible that I'm able to read this morning because sometimes I can't read the Bible because the words, but all of the herbs and stuff that I'm using, some of them are helping my vision. So I can read everything on here. But I went to Proverbs, and I'm on 4.5. Oh, that's what it is. I'm still struggling to oh, that's what it is. Okay. 12. 12. Okay. That's what it is. Oh, cuz I'm struggling. That's what it is. Now I got it. The 12 is on the top of the page. 12. Okay, 12 is coming. 12 is coming. 12. Okay, there is no 12. Yes, that must be the 12. Okay, it says 12, and then it says, oh, I found it! Yes! I found it. Okay, lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. 6:17 Rev 22. Okay, and then underneath it says, a prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. Now, I don't understand what I'm reading, but I'm still going to keep on reading because this is where I was guided to be. So I'm going to continue to read, to listen to this religious thing before I leave my home. And it's going to help me figure out those that I need not to be helping in my path of wherever I'm supposed to be. I already know I'm supposed to be doing something, but I wish, and I have these visions, I have these feelings, and I don't know if I'm going to hit the jackpot at the casino. I don't know if I'm going to hit the lottery. I don't know what it is, but I know there is a destination that I need to be. But I kid you not, I have been dealing with a situation that I have been praying and asking God for forgiveness because when I figured out what the situation was, I did everything I could to remove myself from this person. But it's not working because everything I do God brings this person back to me, brings this person back to me. But basically, he's a pastor. He's a pastor. And from what he says, he loves me. When I look in his eyes, I can see that he loves me. When he whatever, I can feel that he loves me. But there is some type of pain that this person is dealing with, because I can see that as well. The silence, just looking at me, the walking in and seeing the tears in his eyes, just having nothing to say. And one thing I do know, if I know nothing else, my home is his safe space from whatever I don't know. I don't know. So this morning when I was in my shower with water that God blessed me with this morning, I prayed for him, first name and last name, because they say when you pray for someone and you know their name, you're supposed to call their first and last name. And I asked God, whatever you place this man in my life for, I need you to give me everything that he's supposed to bring into my life. But what he brought into my life is peace and stillness, because that is how I got to understand that I can't let my mind rule me. That's why I got rid of all those excuses where I can't take a shower because I don't feel like it. I don't give a damn if I feel like it or not. If I got energy in my body, that shower is where I am going. It is a ritual, it is a routine, it is a blessing, and I want every blessing that I can take for myself. Water is free. I really and truly am so thankful, because transitioning my mind to understand that I cannot lay down and say I don't feel like taking a shower. I can't take a shower for whatever reason and believe it. No, I can't do that. Absolutely not. So I got into my shower and Mama Sita is smelling all good, boys and girls. And then my daughter left some type of fragrance that she picked up at some store. She always leave her stuff here. And you know what I did? I put on my fragrance this morning. So I am doing me and I'm having my best life. But I want to listen to this, and hopefully it devours in me, because I am on my way to the supermarket. My heat and my water is going off at 9 a.m. So I said, shit, shower, and shave, because girl is going to be out of here before the bell strikes 9. I'm going to go to Aldi. I'm going to take my time in Aldi. There may be something that I don't know that is there. So I got to take my time. I have nowhere to go while this heat is like this. And then I'm going to leave my goods in my vehicle and I'm going to the casino. Now, I have done everything in my power not to go to the casino, because I cannot afford to lose anything. There are times when I just want to get out and I want to have whatever, and I might have hit up on a hustling grind or whatever the case may be. So I say, you know what? I can afford it today to give myself, because guess what? I'm not going to the diner. I'm not going to the restaurant. I'm not going here. So if I take $20 and I just sit down and I have a little fun with the machines and make believe I'm going to win. But today I have this feeling, and I don't know where the feeling is coming from. I know I have the feeling, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I never want to hit the lottery. And that's why I stopped playing. If I hit the lottery, the amount of abusers that would take advantage of me, I would end up on Skid Row, because now, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me, but hopefully I don't break down and cry. But I scratched a scratch card that said $1 million. And I was dealing with a massive amount of bipolar at the time. And I remember to this day, I called 3 people. I panicked. I was in here spinning around in a circle. I was hyperventilating. I was everything. And I called 3 people, including my daughter, and no one answered the phone. And I didn't know what to do. I was not in my right frame of mind. Absolutely not in my right frame of mind. And I took the ticket and I ripped it up in tiny pieces, went outside in the garbage and threw it away. When my daughter came here and she saw me unwell, she Mommy, what's the matter? And I was completely just bonkers. I was walking down Bonkerville Lane, and then when she finally got $1 million, I don't know, and I was completely gone. And in that moment, I realized that at that time, when I was basically living on nothing, had nothing, refrigerator was basically empty, $1 million would have done me good because I would have found some type of way to invest it. I would have made some type of way to flip it. I would have done it all. But by time people came to me with their sob stories, the ones that I would have believed, and I would have did this, and this, I would have ended up with nothing. And I had at that moment been watching the show. Where are they now? The people who won the lottery, that gave away more. Their family members that they gave money to had money when they didn't because they gave it all away. And that show had me like like paralyzed in fear. And at that time, I was riddled with fear. All my fears took over me. But anyway, when my daughter asked me where the ticket was, I took her to the garbage and I showed her. Now, I live on the 12th floor. Anything that goes into that garbage is no longer by the time it hits the basement. Because there's some type of machine that just devours it. But I had already ripped it up. And she started saying, "You bitch. How the F you could, you know what that money could have did for me? You effing bit." And she went bonkers. But this is a normal thing for my daughter anyway. That's why I have been kindly passing by, trying to do my little distancing, letting her live. So the other two people that I called, one of them, when he found out, he said to me, he said, "I don't condone the way your daughter treats you, especially how good you treat her." He said, "But I agree with her 100%. You were a B.I. You didn't have to do that. You could have called me and I could." I did call you. I did call you. And when I heard him say that, it made me feel a certain type of way. But at that moment, I knew that I had everything to lose if I had cashed that ticket because they have this thing where they put you on the news. So I wasn't able to go on the news, not for something that would have left me in dire straits when I had just gotten myself in this apartment, just got finished, getting my jaw broken, coming out of domestic violence, doing all. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Now I'm of better sound mind and body, so I can play the little scratch cards and do this, do that, because if I win, I already know, and there's no ifs, ands, or maybes about it. When it comes to my family, the only people I would help are those who feed me. I don't care who is DNA connected to me, as God is my witness, and I'm going to say it loud and clear. Any money I come into, I will never share it with a family member that is blood connected to me that does not provide me with a meal. There is no way. I know now enough to know that blood does not make you family. What makes you family is when you care about someone's belly. Food is a necessity, baby. No way, shape, or form around it. And I kid you not, I have been blessed with a box of potato chips from a YouTube stranger. That baby is feeding me because I love chips. Right now, I wish I had some Funyuns and some damn onion rings. But I tell you no lie, as hard as it was for me when I put my order through, I couldn't put it in my order because I was using my EBT card to get it, and I really couldn't do it. Something in me said, no, I can't do this. So I am going to go possibly to the Dollar Tree and pick me up a bag of onion rings if I do drive that way. I don't see me driving that way, but if I do pass one, I may stop in, and get myself a bag of onion rings or some Funyuns or whatever the case may be, because I deserve some kindness in my life. But I have this feeling today, and I really don't have anywhere to go. So, So I said, I'm gonna go to the casino. I don't want to be in a casino and a man walk up to me, and try to talk to me or whatever. Because women, go places and men, see you or whatever. And I wouldn't want to find a man in the casino. And although the man I spoke of, I'm not, right now, thinking of me and him being together, he still has my house key. So as long as he has my house key, I belong to him. We belong in each other's life. Whatever reason, he may never speak to me again, but as long as he has that key, there will not be another man parading around in here. So that is my only thing. So I want to go to the casino, sit at maybe two machines that I really like, the fish machine and the penny machine, and just see what my little $20. If I lose it, I lose it, and I'm going to have to figure out if I'm going to stay there for a little while just to enjoy the sounds or whatever the case may be. But there's something I'm on my way to do today. So I am going to Aldi, and then I'm going to someone's house. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But I am so thankful that my vision has come through today to where I can read this. And I'm so thankful that I figured out by seeing these letters right here, these numbers, because I was lost. I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. It says Proverbs, so I am there. But I wanted to actually read in Psalms because that's where I tend to. I was homeless. Boys and girls, I feel so bad. But I did what I had to do. I was homeless and I was living in a hotel. And I can't speak of that. No, I can't speak of that. I wasn't prostituting. Everyone else was. But I was doing something that was not right. And I had Psalms open out in this Bible every time I did it. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and it got me through. And yes, I did something that I should not have done, but I did it to feed myself and pay that hotel for me to be able to wake up in the morning time. But that's where I ended up getting robbed. I ended up losing my car because someone demolished my car. I mean, it was told I lost everything. The guy I was with broke my jaw. My jaw was out here. My butt cheek is the same size my jaw was. So, and the only thing I take from that is a blessing because, baby, let me tell you something. Before he broke my jaw, he came in there with a knife to cut me. And I did not want to be cut. So when I jumped on that bed to try to jump out that damn window, I couldn't get out that window. But the kick, when I landed back, and I had just watched this show. Oh my God, what's that man named? Sexy Vanilla Ice Cream Cone. Woo, Lord, what's that man's name? Anyway, I just finished watching that show, and he had did some type of laying backwards and boom, kicking up. And when he knocked me in my jaw, I fell off the bed on that end, and there was an end table right there, and I almost hit my head on the end table, but I didn't hit my head on the end table. I landed on the floor, and when he went to jump off the bed to jump on me, my legs, I brought him all the way back, and I said, boom, like that. And he just went across the room, but I was able to get to the bathroom, and I had my cell phone. I called 911, and the police were still on the grounds. The police were still on the grounds because I had just called them maybe 10 minutes prior when he came after me with that knife. And I even told them that he was still here. And they said, no, he's long gone. Man, if you could see that woman's face, that police officer's face when she came back momentarily to see my face when that man broke my jaw. But I counted all as a blessing, honey. I counted all as a blessing because, yes, I did defend myself. And, yes, I did leave. Leave. The answer was leave. I didn't care what I had, but I was thankful that I had enough. My moving truck was $1,000, and I called the moving truck, and I said what I had, and I needed to be able to get from that location back to New York. I didn't even have an address, boys and girls. I just know that I am never going to fall down on an excuse to allow me not to leave, and I had to leave the state. So I'm thankful. And those types of situations, I count myself thankful. But the reason why I say I can't say but so much is I went to the police department and I asked for help, but I asked them if they could relocate me into some type of safety program, and they told me no. But where I was, I had to take a bus, maybe about an hour, to the police department, which was more than 3 blocks away from the police department. They wanted me to testify, but they didn't have funds to protect me. I couldn't testify. And when I relocated, I got a letter in the mail from the person who was in jail. How could I do that to them? How could I do that to them? And I ripped it up. I ripped it up. I wasn't going to read any more of it. I was already in my new place. But my new place was more than an hour away from said destination that I got my jaw broke. But one day I happened to go outside my back door to hang up my laundry, and I saw someone in my backyard that was associated with said person. And then I realized that although I could not speak the language of the person that lived next to me, and the person came out every single day acting as if I went in their house and stole something, and I couldn't understand it because I'd done nothing to this person. And then when I realized that the person knew me because they knew the person, hey, I got on the phone, boys and girls, and I got on the bus. I think it was 2 hours to my caseworker. And they broke my lease that very same day. But I tell you, it is a blessing that I had enough for my moving truck. So I scheduled my moving truck. They broke my lease immediately. And I had people in my house, families needed clothes, all of my daughter's clothes, toys. I did everything I could to earn what I could earn, and I gave what I could give. And then when my moving truck came, I was out of there within 30 days, and I went back to New York with nothing. But when I tell you, I could have really been in a position to help them with something that they needed help with had they only offered me protection. That's why one thing I can tell you, I love New York. I love New York. If that was me here and someone put their hands on me, they would have offered me protection to where I would have been able to say, okay, A, B, C, D, and E. And I'm going to tell you like this, nobody, and when I say nobody, I mean a man. A man better not raise his hand to me. You better knock me out, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. No man, 2026 going forward with all New York offers for domestic violence, if you even think that I would lay down and let a man look me in my face and box me up and down my head and then tell me that he loves me and he expects me to take my clothes off and give him the gates of glory, you got another thing coming. Love and your fists, they don't go together. So if you express love with your fists, I'm going to express love with my brass knuckles. I'm going to fuck you up. I wish a man would try me as much as I've been through. Absolutely not. And any judge that would put me behind bars for defending myself after all I've been through, then I don't believe in the justice system. But I damn sure believe if you raise your hand to me, you better connect and you better knock me out, because I am coming for you. And I know my mind already. There is no understanding if you raise your hand and put your hand on me. I would never. Lord have mercy, I would never. You cannot put your hand on me and look me in my face and think I could lay down in a bed and give you the gates of glory. No, and the reason why I say that is because I have men that are my friends, and I have men that would never, under no circumstances, raise their hand to a woman. They have no other choice but to walk away. I spent 7 years with a very sweet and gentle and kind man. If you even argue with him, he's leaving. He's not tolerating. He did not grow up in any way, shape, or form to verbally class a woman as a four-legged dog, man, I tell you, that's why when I'm on like Facebook or social media and I hear these young women say NIG and BIT, the only thing I say to myself is, y'all are made to be together. Because anytime you can class your man as a NIG and you can let that man come in the house and get mad at you and be like BIT, y'all belong together. You have no value for yourself. He has no value for you. So y'all might as well ride off in the sunset together, because as God is my witness, I am sitting here 56 years old and I have never been able to say that a man loved me enough to class me as a BITC whatever. If you do, trust me, it will be the last time. The last time. That is not a term of endearment. That is not a term of endearment. Absolutely not. And I don't know how a person can be with someone and class them as NIG and BIT and y'all loving up each other. That right there is dysfunctional to me. But I'm the one with bipolar disorder. I'm the one with schizophrenia. So I know I am crazy. So call me what it is. I'm bonkers. I'm weird. That's not love to me. Not love to me. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about something this person has to be going through. But you know, when a man is so quiet that they can't speak and all you see is pain, I don't know what it is, but I know that I am the help to get to where he needs to go. But without him speaking, I don't know. And I'm not an intruder, so I'm not going to pull it out, because if it's not for me, it's not for me. And I can't save the world. Not only that, I don't want to save the world, because there's a lot of abusers out there. And the people that are being abused are the people who have a kind heart like me. People would run over, and run over. But Coral made a statement that I can't remember. But basically, I have to hold myself accountable for allowing some of these. I think someone just asked me for a greeting card. Let me tell you something. I don't know how anyone could be attached to this. This is nerve-wracking. That's why I say I wish I could like walk into an office and ask for a job, but electronic devices and all that stuff, I can't be attached to them. Now, I think someone just asked me for a greeting card. Um, so it is what it is. But I want you all to have a wonderful day this morning. And please, whatever you do, don't feel sorry for me in any way, shape, or form. Just ask, just ask if you pray that the hands that I touch today, make sure they're not manipulators. Make sure they're not abusers, because I have a destination today. I have to be somewhere. I wasn't asked. I wasn't asked. I'm doing whatever I'm doing out of the kindness of my heart. So, whatever it is. But today I'm going to possibly stay a little distant from some people, because I feel that the opportunity of taking a little bit of my availability might be being abused. So I'm going to do the best I can to go to the casino, possibly pull over somewhere in that freezing outside air, and just sit down in my car, probably lean back and take a nap or something. I don't want to come back in here without any heat. The cold coming from this closet and from that bathroom is horrible. But I do want to say, because I got a comment this morning about the heat, my bathroom has no insulation. And it's been like that ever since I've been in this apartment. Now, I do know how I lost an apartment and how I ended up sleeping in a hotel, ended up sleeping in my car. When I lived in a certain state, not New York, there was a handle on the window. The handle was like this, and the apartment failed inspection, and they needed to fix the handle. Now, my apartment was immaculate. I did absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing. I followed every rule. I wasn't having no abusive life. I didn't have people coming in and out of it. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I I brought myself in a in connection with someone that was doing wrong, and I had no idea what this person was doing. This is the person who broke my jaw, by the way. I had no idea that this person was doing wrong. So someone mentioned to me, you need to find somewhere else to live. And I said, what do you mean? Because they're not going to fix your window. I said, huh? And I was completely caught off guard. And she said, no, your boyfriend, they don't want him here. Now, said boyfriend was not living with me. So it wasn't as if I had um, someone living with me and they were tearing up the apartment. It was nothing of that nature. This person wasn't doing any of that. They were coming there, not living there. But it was a situation to where, in order to get him off the property, they had to get me off the property. And I didn't find out until about 2 weeks after it was supposed to be done. So I called the office and I said, did you get the handle yet? They said, oh, we haven't found it. It couldn't get ordered yet. We don't know. And after that, they would have nothing else to do with me. So I ended up having to put my whatever I could in storage. And when I got my stuff in storage, I had to struggle to get what I could in there. Mostly everything of my daughters went in the garbage. All I could do was cry. All I could do was cry. But I ended up homeless because of the handle on the window. So I feel a little fearful to complain about the bathroom being not being insulated. Now, it is so cold in that bathroom that I have to open the door in order for the air in here to give some type of heat in there to minimize the air that comes through the door. So when a friend of mine comes here and he can feel the draft sitting on my couch, your legs get cold, everything sitting on the couch. But he says to me, the bathroom should be cold to keep down bacteria. I can't even shower in that bathroom because if I close the door, if I go to the bathroom and the door is cracked a little bit, I'm shivering on the toilet. But my fear of them not insulating the bathroom is all they have to do. They only need 30 days not to fix it, and then I have to move. I've already tried to move because if I move to a different zip code, 10801, my car insurance would go down over $300, and I can't seem to find anything in that zip code. And a neighbor that was living in this building, she lucked up and found somewhere to live in New Rochelle, New York. And I saw her at the flea market. She said, girl, I didn't even know that my insurance is less than $200. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So she is so happy, but she doesn't have housing. Now, I did apply for 500 Main Street, and they gave me an application. They let me wait like 8 months, and then they messaged me back to say I don't earn enough to live there, which, of course, I don't know why my caseworker even put an application in for me. So it is what it is. But they have this thing now where they will let you apply for an apartment knowing that you don't qualify, that you're under the income. And people say, why do they let you fill out an application? Because it's legal to let you fill out an application. And it's a hustle and grind. Good morning, Beverly. Ow! Good morning. I know you're awake. It is a hustle and grind to make you pay a $25 application fee because you can have the same apartment available for over a year, and you can collect $25 from all those applications, and you can still not rent the apartment. So be mindful filling out an application with a $25 application fee. Be mindful. Be mindful. Because God forbid if I was to luck up on some money and I could buy me a 3 family house, I could keep one vacant and just take application fee. That's a hustle and grind. So just be mindful filling out those application fees. So when I do, fill out applications, I am not taking anything that has an application fee. I actually applied for somewhere to live and they wanted me to fill out for them to do a background check on me, and I offered to go to the police department and give them my address and ask to print out every police report that has come from my address. I offered to do that where I would have paid the cost to do that. And I also offered them to let me come to them and pull up my credit score in front of them where I put it in the computer and I would be able to erase the history. And they said no. They said no because they wanted $25. But there's a real estate broker, 2 real estate brokers here that will take you to see an apartment, do the application fee and everything, and you'll never get in the apartment. And it was so funny because one time I ended up getting said person, and when I went to meet him to see the apartment, I said, "Oh no." I said, "Why did you do this? You trying to tell me you didn't recognize my name?" So he was like, "What do you mean?" And he was all professional and all, the high words and the vocabulary. I said, "Don't you know I know who you are? You don't have no apartment for me. You're not gonna rent it. All you're gonna do is take my money and you're gonna change the locks and all that other stuff." He was like, I got a job to do and all, and he went to leave, and I was like, "Have a nice day." You know what they do? They actually take you to see the apartment and they take your deposit and they give you a key. And when you leave, they change the lock and they take your deposit and they take someone else to the same apartment. You wouldn't believe how many people were going to move into a place that was not for rent. It is for show and take. Show and take, boys and girls. Show and take. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and thank you for bringing me into your home. And if you like my shirt, let me know. I wish I knew where I ordered this shirt. Oh, let me show you something. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, let me see. Bring this camera up. No, I was going to take off my shirt. Now, when I ordered this shirt and it came to me, it came with a slice. The machine cut it, but I don't see the cut nowhere. The cut is up here somewhere. Or up here, but it's a little tiny cut somewhere in this shirt. And I never complained. I could have got this shirt for free. I never complained. You know why? Because those tiny little complaints that people do to get the item for free and all that stuff. Now there are things that I had to complain about because I'm just not in a situation to lose something like that or whatever the case may be. But all of those little complaints add up to abuse of the seller. So I didn't complain and I still have the shirt, and I'm so happy because when I go to Aldi and I have my shirt and my car, I feel like I'm doing something because my car is working for me. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye bye. I love you all.